Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Uptober. October has started. It is historically one of the most bullish months for cryptocurrencies, especially in the post-halving year, which is, the halvings based on Bitcoin every 4 years. So this is the last year and the most bullish months of this bull market that should be happening here. And it looks like we have already started our Uptober. So let's go. That's what we're going to talk about today. And let's begin. So very first thing is I have a new promotion for the exchange, Bitunix. So if you do want to use my link below, there is right now a 20% deposit bonus. So if you put in $2,000, you get a free $400 to trade with, and you get $10 just for registering. So link below if you want to try it out. It is my favorite exchange. That's what I use for most of my trading. It is a great time to go long. Now, I'm not saying bet your entire house, go long right now, because we have already had a nice little move up. So make sure that you're using some risk management, wait for some pullbacks. We will not be going up only through October. That is for damn sure. You can definitely bet we'll see some volatility. So that's what we got going on right now. But let me just go to real quick some historical historical some historical gains. So if we go into the charts and we look at monthly returns for Bitcoin, again, we did finally close September. So we'll look at like the monthly close and weekly close, the last weekly close, etc. But September was positive. Usually when September is positive, you can see the last two times we had good October and November here. So this is Bitcoin. And then if we go back here, September, October, November, September, October, November, there was only one time in history, in recent history, down here in 2012, where we had September that was green and October ended red. So that's what we got going on for Bitcoin. This is historically the returns we've seen. Now let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, what do we got going on? We have a green September. Last year, we had basically a nothing burger for October. We had actually a red September here. So let's look at the opposites. When we had a red September for Ethereum, red September for Ethereum, we had a green October, green October, green October. This one didn't play out on 2018 and 2017 post-halving year. It was about neutral, but then November ended up being very good. One of the most bullish months for Ethereum is actually October, right? So October is 8-9%. The other one is July, and then May is actually usually huge. But you can see Q1 is usually really bullish for Ethereum, and it did not play out this time. So maybe now we're going to be getting a Q4 that's going to be very bullish. We shall talk about that. And if we go and do quarterly returns, same thing, 2025, we're in the positive here. But you can see quarterly returns for Bitcoin, Q4, 50%, 60%. You can see Q4 is definitely one of the most bullish here. Actually, Q2 is extremely bullish, and we did see a bullish Q2, but also Q4, 89%, if you can see it below my head here, is very bullish. Now let's look at some of the other months and what happened here. Yeah, exactly. So if we look at Bitcoin and we go back to Q4, October, November of last year, what do we have going on? Yeah, we had the presidency come in. October started right about here. And you can see we basically started the first days of October and we went up about 8%. We did have a pullback to below where we are now. So again, as I'm saying, if we get some pullbacks in the market, it'd be a good time to add, especially now. And you can see what basically happened from the October open into December. We had a 71% pump. Now, if we go again and look at the year behind that, what do we have happen here in October? Here's October 1st, again, a massive pump. So we went up 175%. So this is 2 years in a row from October, very bullish. Now, if we go back to the year before that, even in this bull market, this kind of marked near the bottom of the bull market, right? So I'm sorry, bear market. This was the bear market year in 2022. You would expect it to be very bad. Now we did go down 30%. But then after that, it was pretty much the bottom and we moved up yet again. We go back even further. Here is October right here started. Now, this was literally the end of the bull market in 2021. So we could see something similar to this. This was the last post-halving year. We had October into the top of the market, 67% over really only like a month. So this one was definitely, we were getting very close to the end of the bull market. This was again 30 days of October, and we basically saw the top come in, you know, the end of October. So we could see this scenario where we pump through the end of the month, and then that's pretty much it for the bull market for Bitcoin. And then you will see that things like Ethereum will follow that as well. So there's that one. And then if we go back to the year before that, October-ish was right down here. And look at this. This was a massive move, 500% for Bitcoin. So you can see October and November, really just October has been extremely bullish for Bitcoin. If you go back historically, we'll look at, you know, a couple more. 2000, let's go back to the 2017 bull market, and you can see here, what do we got going on? October started right about here. October started here. Boom. We were up 365% in a matter of less than 2 months. So as I said, October, that's why they call it Uptober. It is usually very bullish for Bitcoin. Now, let's go look at Ethereum and see what we got going on Ethereum. Do we have some similar performance when we look at October? So if we go back to 2024, October, where is October? October 1st right here, we had a nice pump. We were below the bull market support band. So this kind of acted as resistance, right? Then it came back, did not go lower than the 1st of October. And then we pumped into November and December, up 72%. So that was a good performance. Note that right now we are above the bull market support band, meaning we're in a bull market for Ethereum. So it's already starting off in a better place in October. Okay. So then here's October before. We did see a little bit of a pullback through the first 2 weeks of October. Then we saw a very large gain of 140% into Q1, Q2. So that one's interesting. Okay, go back here, October. What do we got going on? So this is some seasonality here. This was, again, the bear market. So we had actually a 30% pump, but then we had a retrace and ended up negative 16%. But then that was pretty much the bottom. The bottom was actually a little bit before that. So that's looking good there. And I didn't use a chart that goes back with very much history. Let's go to Bitstamp here. Where were we? October. This is the one I think I just did. October, bull market support band. Here is the end of the bull market, 73% right into the end, November 5th-ish. And that was our top in 2021. Let's check the 2017 bull market, see what we got going on here. 2018, 2017, we started October right about here-ish, and we saw a couple weeks of up and then a little tiny pullback and then all the way up 400%. So very bullish Octobers we've seen historically. Now, does seasonality always have to mean this is exactly what has to happen every single time? No, of course not. It doesn't. But I think some other things that are kind of helping us with this scenario is we just had a very nice pullback for Ethereum of 22%. The Camel Finance indicator has said that the daily cycle is in. It has mid-confidence for Ethereum. Ethereum usually leads the bull market for altcoins. And then we have Bitcoin. What do we got going on? It actually picked a weekly cycle low. Usually when we get a weekly cycle low for Bitcoin, that means we can see a nice, 100% pump. This one was only 60%. But if we go to the weekly cycle low before that, this one ended up being, 84%. So when we usually get these pullbacks here and we get this weekly cycle low, these cycles are very predictable for Bitcoin. We have usually seen a lot of upside. We are now actually also above the weekly support. So if I go to the chart here, oops, whatever I just did. I just dragged something all over the place. What did I just do? There we go. Let's look at a chart that's a little bit more clean than that. So we have this weekly support here, yearly, many yearly, going through 2017 top through the 2021 top. If you use the weekly, it's actually the weekly close. There you can see, if you draw this line right through there, we are actually now above this. So we just broke out above this. I expect maybe that when the New York Open happens, we will come back and maybe retest this 114. That is a possibility. It might be a good time to enter. Again, use my link, affiliate link, if you want a nice discount on fees and some nice deposit bonuses. We have a little event going on in October, so feel free to use that. And that's what we got going on for the normal returns when it comes to this market here. And I am still expecting much higher prices for a lot of these. So again, affiliate link below if you want to do any trading. But let's talk about some of the price expectations real quick that we could see for Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So Bitcoin, if I use some key risk metrics, this is from Ben's Coins into the Crypto Furs. It is a paid subscription, but you can see right now our risk metric is only at a 0.5. So, you know, if this plays out again, if we go all the way to the 1 risk, that's a $324,000 Bitcoin. Now, is that guaranteed to happen? Of course not. But even if we get to like the 0.75 or 0.8, that's up in the 200,000s. So that would be basically 100% pump from where we are right now. I think this is likely. See, a lot of the other bull markets, they topped at 1. This one did top here at what? That's like a point. It's like a 0.92 or something. So even if we get to 0.9, that's 270K, which seems kind of unbelievable, considering that we might only have a couple months left to hit these targets. But I think that's not out of the question. Ethereum, we're looking at, if we just look at the 0.8 risk, which is, you know, very conservative, that's a 6,300. If we look at 0.9, that's 8,700. If we look at, you know, one of my favorites, Litecoin, we're below the 0.5 risk right now. And if we get up to the 1 risk, that's over $1,000 for Litecoin. That's a huge pump considering we just basically retested $100, right? So if we get to a 0.8, that's $410. That is basically just tags the same all-time high we've hit twice for the coin. 0.9, about 645. So that is a good one. If we look at even Polkadot, which is way oversold right now, 0.226 risk. I mean, even if we get to 0.5 risk, that's $8. That's a double. If we get to 0.8, that's $23 from here, which is crazy. That's like a 10x almost. So pretty insane. It's like a 6x, but whatever. Solana, kind of the same thing. I'm expecting some very big numbers in the next couple months here. If we get to 1 risk, that is $950. Interesting that Solana has less upside expectation according to these risk curves than Litecoin, right? And it's already double the price. So, right, that's what we got going on. I'm expecting very bullish months to come here. The next couple months, this is the time to lock in those gains. So I'm expecting some big pumps. And of course, we're going to get a lot of volatility. But if you're a trader, that is a good thing to trade, volatility. We've been pulling back and people have been very bearish. So if we go to FOMO Finder, everyone's been saying, oh, let's short this, let's short that. We're going back down. We must go, we must tag a lower low, et cetera, et cetera. I've been seeing a lot of that on crypto Twitter, on X. But if we look at like FOMO Finder, if it loads, we've been in uncertainty and even in panic for a little bit. You can see right now, funding rates are basically neutral. They're almost zero. Funding rates meaning how many longs or short. So people are basically 50-50 right now, but we were in panic just, a couple days ago. We hit panic. So if I zoom in here, you can see we've been in panic for a while now. We've been in panic for like the last multiple days since I don't even know the date. It doesn't tell you the dates very well, does it? There we go. September, since basically September 26th for the last 5 days, we've been in panic. So people have been scared, and I think I told you guys that we've been in panic, and that's a good time to enter. Let's look at fear and greed before we finish up the video here. Fear and greed, what do we got going on? So we're in neutral. In neutral, we had fear. We hit pretty low in fear just, again, a couple days ago. So, this pullback, which is kind of wild because, Bitcoin is very close to, not very far away from all-time highs, right? If we go on the daily, you can see we are not very far from all-time highs. Another thing is you can kind of see that we're kind of breaking out here, looks like, right? On the daily. So if you draw a line through the daily close, there you go. It looks like we're kind of breaking out here. So quite interesting here. It almost looks like a falling wedge a little bit. And it looks like we're potentially breaking out. So It looks like people are always too fearful at the bottoms and too greedy at the tops. You need to kind of change your psychology to be the opposite of that. But that's what we got going on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Again, we're running a new promotion on Bitunix. So if you do want to try any leverage trading, or if you just want to, also do some spot trading, it's a great exchange, low fees, and they have a lot more coins than like Coinbase does, for example. They are very quick to list new coins, etc. So that's what we got going on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Happy Uptober. We're in Q4. Time to do my taxes for Q3. Not very fun, but that's going to be it for the video. See you guys.